Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to COD Zombies HQ. When it comes to the long-rumored Zombies Chronicles 2 expansion pack, the discussion about this has always kind of taken the same form since the details of the possible expansion were first leaked, where the discussion about this next Zombies expansion pack has always been just that if Treyarch releases Zombies Chronicles 2, it will release in the form of an independent expansion pack, whether that be in Black Ops Cold War, whether that be in Call of Duty Vanguard, or even in Treyarch's next full-on 2024 release. Zombies Chronicles 2 and the maps that are supposed to be remastered therein, namely the maps Transit, Buried, and Die Rise, were all supposed to be as part of one self-contained expansion package. But new leaks released today regarding some internal discussion at Activision may have just thrown this whole idea of Zombies Chronicles 2 as an expansion pack on its head, possibly making it more likely that we'll end up seeing these maps released sooner rather than later, and straight up solving some of the biggest concerns that both Activision and the Zombies community would have with releasing Zombies Chronicles 2 for an older Treyarch title. This story begins as we all have found out that Treyarch has delayed their next main series Call of Duty release by 1 year. Where originally it was supposed to release in 2023, now their full next main series COD game will release in 2024, which left the community kind of baffled, where for the first time in nearly a decade and a half, a yearly Call of Duty would not release in the calendar year of 2023. But Activision, when asked for comment about this, seemed to kind of downplay the delay of that Treyarch main series COD by a year, saying in an official comment, "We have an exciting slate of premium that is paid and free-to-play Call of Duty experiences for this year, next year, and beyond. Reports of anything otherwise are incorrect. We're looking forward to sharing more details when the time is right." Essentially saying that Warzone and some kind of paid Call of Duty experience will release this year, next year, and beyond. And hearing that, in the Zombies community, our mind turns to what could possibly be a premium Call of Duty experience released in the interim, in the time before Treyarch's next main series COD releases in 2024. And obviously our minds turn right to Zombies Chronicles 2, the next paid Zombies exclusive expansion to follow up the greatest single selling DLC in Call of Duty history, that being the very first Zombies Chronicles expansion released in 2017 for Black Ops 3. This idea was further when a credible Call of Duty leaker over on Twitter simply shot off the tweet of 2023 Zombies, leaving us thinking, hey, considering the fact that most of the remastered maps to be contained in this package are rumored to be nearly complete, 2023 seems like the perfect time to release Zombies Chronicles 2. But we might have actually had the wrong perspective on this the whole time, where today this same leaker tweeted out, "Activision are reportedly considering releasing remastered Call of Duty titles repurposed for newer consoles to fill out the empty space between premium Call of Duty titles," with a screenshot showing off COD Black Ops 2 in the background. Now obviously this wouldn't be the first time that Activision has gone back and remastered old Call of Duty games for current gen consoles. They did it with the very first Call of Duty, they did it with COD 4, and they did it with the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 most recently. When combining this idea with Activision's statement that they have a slate of premium and free-to-play COD experiences to be releasing nearly every year in the future, this starts to make a little bit more sense. Especially as we consider, as fellow Zombies YouTuber TGR does, that Black Ops 2 is a game whose popularity would definitely suit a remaster, and that game's systems would translate pretty well in today's gaming environment. But hold on, let's think for a second. If we're talking a remaster of Black Ops 2, the first time that a Treyarch game would be remastered, they of course would remaster the campaign. They could remaster the multiplayer like they did in COD 4. They haven't done that for Modern Warfare 2, but Treyarch is also known for their game's third game mode, Zombies. And what Zombies maps were released in Black Ops 2? That's right, it's Transit, Buried, Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, and Origins. 3 of those, Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, have already likely been remastered in some form as progress has progressed to releasing Zombies Chronicles 2 according to the leaks. Meaning if this is indeed true, that Activision is looking to fill in the 2023 gap where Treyarch's COD has been delayed with possibly a remastered Call of Duty Black Ops 2, that release could very well be where we see the content we traditionally associate with Zombies Chronicles 2 release as part of a complete Call of Duty Black Ops 2 remastered package. We've always thought of Zombies Chronicles 2 as its own individual expansion, releasing in one of Treyarch's previous titles, most likely Cold War, but as we discussed before, if they decided to release Zombies Chronicles 2 in Cold War in 2023, that would be like 3 years since the initial release of that game. A huge amount of the COD community would have moved past and forward beyond the newer games since then. It seems like a kind of risky business decision for Activision to release new DLC for a game that old. But releasing that content as part of a new Black Ops 2 remastered game solves that problem. And of course, if they do decide to make this Black Ops 2 remastered game, they would have to update it slightly to get its gameplay experience more in line with modern standards. When it comes to the zombies mode, the developers would have less to worry about adapting those old remastered maps like Buried, Transit, and Die Rise to a modern game like Cold War with vastly different mechanics from the original, where instead it would be based totally in the original Black Ops 2 environment. This would solve a lot of the problems and hangups that we've seen when it comes to the release of Zombies Chronicles 2 and some of the things that kind of just didn't match up that well when it comes to a 2023 release date. Though this does still leave 2 major questions when it comes to a possible Black Ops 2 remastered. The first and most obvious is who would develop this game. With the main studios of Infinity Ward by that time would still be working on releasing DLC for the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 to be released here in 2022, and of course Treyarch would still be working on their next main series COD game to be released in 2024. If Activision does decide to go down this route, we will likely be seeing Black Ops 2 Remastered being developed by one of COD's subsidiary studios, Beenox, Raven Software, and depending on if Activision decides to keep Sledgehammer Games as a lead developer of main series COD games, we could see Sledgehammer then transition to a support studio to work on that Black Ops 2 remastered title. So in that case, it's likely we won't see Treyarch being responsible for that remastered Zombies content, a first in this case, though I'm sure they'd have some kind of creative input or consulting role in this case, but they wouldn't be the lead developers of their own remastered title. Just like Infinity Ward wasn't the lead developers of their remastered titles for Call of Duty 4 Remastered and Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered, Raven Software and Beenox were. And honestly, that might just be for the better. We're talking about remasters of established content already, and I do think that studios that aren't Treyarch can probably pull that off in the Zombies mode pretty well, leaving the whole of the Zombies team at Treyarch to work on making their next main series COD Zombies game that much better. And the second big question that we wouldn't have an answer to is what Zombies maps would be included in that Black Ops 2 remaster. When it comes to the rumors of Zombies Chronicles 2, there was 3 Black Ops 2 original maps that were discussed, right? Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. But where does that leave the other 2 maps that were released in Zombies in Black Ops 2? Mob of the Dead, and Origins, which we didn't expect to be included in Zombies Chronicles 2, as Origins was originally remastered in the first Zombies Chronicles, and Mob of the Dead was updated in the form of Blood of the Dead, most recently in Black Ops 4. Plus, there is some rumors about some legal problems using the original voice cast from Mob of the Dead for a new release. That's why in this case, I wouldn't be surprised to see Black Ops 2 Remastered release with Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, but possibly without the inclusion of Origins or Mob of the Dead, which would be a disappointment, but I do see it as a possibility nonetheless. A very interesting scenario when it comes to zombies in 2023, and I've got to be honest, now looking at this as a total picture, I kind of see this as being more likely than an individual Zombies Chronicles 2 expansion releasing at this point. It's just really hard for me to imagine Activision greenlighting the release of Zombies Chronicles 2 for a game like Black Ops Cold War that would be 3 years old at that point. I think they would just see that as too risky. But you release it as part of a new game, as part of a Black Ops 2, Activision at that point would probably just be salivating at the taste of the possible money. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. This would be a dramatic shift in what we think of traditionally as Zombies Chronicles 2. But I want to thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, consider leaving a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hey, be sure to check out yesterday's Zombies News Update video. You don't want to miss it. Be sure to tap out now. But I'll see you with another Zombies News video very soon. Peace.